was done with the Agent Orange, with the chemicals that were used, we got affected.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you guys were in
So
the area.
yeah, we were in the area. So being there, um, now what we found out is that now, when I say now, I mean like 45 years later,
Yeah.
some of us are starting to
Like exhibit certain symptoms.
yeah, the illness, the cancers are now starting to erupt in a lot of the guys that were in this area. Not everybody was affected the same way, but it was a cause of some of the cancers that are now being found out that some of the veterans have. And I think the same is true in some of the other wars. And I know that it was true for us. It should have been one of those true and false questionnaires. Or multiple choice.
I can have that as an activity, like, okay, what affected Agent Orange? Was this the same friend from over here?
No, this is a different guy.
No? Okay.
This guy was in my unit. This guy was in my unit.
Yeah.
This guy, him and I were there almost from the beginning. This guy.
So did you, when you went to Vietnam, was it like the beginning?
No, when I was in Vietnam, it was in '68. So the Vietnam War started in '59, and it lasted up through '74, '5, something like that. So when was it? About 10 years or
Yeah,
12
I think
years, something like that. It was a
over 10
long
years.
war. It was a long war. And if it hadn't been, I think if it hadn't been for like the protesting that went on after we'd been about 9-10 years, I think we'd probably still be there. So even though, I mean, not only were a lot of people were, it wasn't just college students that were protesting, but it was some of the veterans that were already back. They were protesting the war. Parents who had lost their kids over there were probably involved in some of that protesting that was going on. And I'm glad. I mean, I didn't participate in it, but I'm glad that that war came to an end, even though there was some of the stuff that was going on back home. And I didn't experience it, but I'm told by other veterans that when they got off the airplane or went through the airport, that people were not welcoming you home.
Yeah.
Some of them experienced some bad language from people. Calling the veterans names, and you can pretty much guesstimate as to what kind of language was being used.
So when did you get to come home?
I got there in January. I was wounded twice when I was over there. I spent about a month total on a hospital ship. They had 2 ships in the ocean. That if you'd either go to Da Nang, the hospital. If you were wounded really bad, you'd go to Da Nang, or you'd go to. They send you back home. If you were wounded, sometimes they would send you on one of the 2 ships that were on the water. Well, as soon as you recuperated, if you were well enough, they'd send you back to the field. If your wounds were severe enough that you couldn't go back, then they'd send you home. So, but I was there. I got there in January '68, and I left at the end of the year. I left in December.
But you spent Christmas there, right?
I spent Christmas there. I spent my birthday there. Like I said, I was wounded twice. So, out of the 12 months that I was over there, I spent one month in the hospital.
Johnny, why do you think we went to war?
Why?
Yeah.
The United States and the military might, the complexes, the people that have the money, and this is just my own
Okay.
feeling, that we create wars. This country creates wars for the simple. They don't care who dies, how they die, or how many people are hurt by it. I'm talking about families that that don't have, you
Yeah.
know, their brothers or uncles or dads. But I believe that even though the excuse that we were given was that the North Vietnamese uh, attacked one of our military ships that was out on the Tonkin, and but I don't know. You don't, as a soldier, whether you're Marine, Army, Navy, whatever, you don't question that. You know, if you go in the military and there's a war going on and you get, uh, you know, pretty much any, meeny, miny, mo, you go to the war and you're staying, you know, you're staying here in the States, or you're going to be supply, or you're going to be uh, whatever job you have. But if you're out here, you don't have a choice in the matter. I think a lot of times this country keeps creating wars for the people that need to make money from wars.
Yeah.
The big industrial complex that we have, the Rockefellers and the Kennedys and
Yeah.
you name it, the big name guy, the Bushes, those
Yeah.
people, Clintons probably, Obama, I don't know. But I think they kind of scratch each other's backs, you know, because look at us, we had World War I, II, Korea, Vietnam, Middle East. You know, right now we're thinking about, you know, ISIS is now
Yeah.
big pain in the butt for everybody because
Wasn't it
because they're here now.
yeah, but wasn't it started like by the U.S. ISIS?
The
I don't know.
the war in Vietnam.
No, ISIS.
It was pretty much, because I think if we wouldn't have
left
been so,
or,
you know, chomping at the bit to go get Saddam and some of the other leaders from the Middle East, we probably wouldn't be in the mess we're in right now. But I think again, I know why they claim that Vietnam was started because of the attack that the bad guys committed on that Navy ship that was out there. But I think in reality, we probably pushed the envelope. In other words, this is the line we were supposed to stay on.